Cruise news time, and well, today's the day. It's about to go down in Funky Town, and I'm not talking about what's happening over in the United States. I'm talking about all of the drama on the high seas. A lot of drama going on. Royal Caribbean just spent close to $300 million for this. $300 million. Princess Cruise Line doubling down, giving people double what they gave them originally. In Carnival, they've got a new cruise mascot. Yeah, it's interesting. Cruise news and my views. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to La Lido Loca. I'm your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news and views for your face. For your face on a Tuesday the 5th of November, 2024. And I'm in the Hudson Room. The Hudson Room on the MS Eurodam, and we're making our way away from Nassau, Bahamas. We left last night around 5, so we're at least, I don't know, it's 6:15 in the morning. So we are 13 hours away from Nassau. We're trying to outrun a storm that kept us in Nassau overnight. We were there for 2 days, and it's a storm that's making its way up to the Gulf of Mexico. Pretty rocky night last night. There were a lot of people suffering from the seasickness, but as of right now, we seem to be in calmer seas. The 5th of November, it is election day. I hope everybody has voted. I voted early. That's how I'm able to be on this cruise. But today's the day. Exercise your right as an American, if you are an American, and go out and vote. People gave their life so that you could do it. Don't sit on the couch when you could be voting. Okay, that's enough of the civics lessons. Let's talk about cruise news. Let's talk about the Regal Princess. Word has come out that she will return to service in Galveston on November the 10th. This has been a contentious start for the Regal Princess in Galveston. You may remember her cruise, the original cruise from Galveston on October the 27th was canceled, and then that was followed by a cancellation of the November the 3rd cruise out of Galveston. The controversy arose based on the compensation. For those two cancellations, they were giving folks a 100% refund and a 25% future cruise credit. Some people said, hey, look, I don't think that's enough because people may have already traveled to Galveston. Not enough time for the cancellation notice, that kind of thing. And well, in a case of the cruiser spoke and the cruise company listened, Princess Cruise Line is giving more compensation to the people that were canceled on October the 27th and November the 3rd. They're doubling up that future cruise credit to be a 50% future cruise credit. It will be interesting to see how that is received. Are you someone affected, or doesn't matter if you're affected or not? Do you think that is enough compensation? A 100% full refund of your cruise cost and 50% future cruise credit. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Leave a comment below. You know, they say variety is the spice of life, but sometimes variety is expensive, and especially when it comes to cologne and perfume. But I like variety. Excitingly, I did just get 3 new travel colognes, including Shea and Blue Salt Caramel, Future Society's Floating Forest, and I also got Urfe's Smoldering Pepper. Now, this is why it's great for travel. This is Shea and Blue's Salt Caramel. Look at this vial here. Holds 30 days worth of fragrance, and then that's married up with this great travel dispenser. You just pop the fragrance in the travel dispenser. It's all one piece there. It's beautiful. The travel dispenser even has a locking mechanism so you're not squirting cologne all over the place. But when you're ready to use your cologne, you just, unlock the vial, give yourself a little spritz. Oh, wow. That's good. That's good. Caramel, sea salt, sandalwood. I love this. Now, this does come from today's sponsor, Scentbird. That's the fragrance subscription service. Instead of shelling out money for expensive bottles of cologne, you can try multiple fragrances at a really reasonable price. Scentbird, every month you get to choose your own fragrance. They have high-end fragrances, Gucci, Prada. They also have the independents like Confessions of a Rebel. They've got colognes, they've got perfumes, stuff for men and women. Scentbird saves you money and minimizes the risk the risk of shelling out a ton of money for a fragrance you may not love. Now, if you'd like to try Scentbird for yourself at a discounted price, you can use my code LLL55OFF, or you can click the QR code here or the link in the description. You get 55% off of your first month of Scentbird. It's almost like half off the price. You get your first month for around $8. Again, that's LLL55OFF. Use that code to get yourself a big discount on your first month of Scentbird. Big thanks to Scentbird for sponsoring today's episode. And if you do sign up, tell me what fragrance you order. I might like to try it. Cruise news story number 2, this dramatic picture coming off of the coast of Australia. This is a crew member who was airlifted off of the Celebrity Edge for a medical emergency. This picture was released by the Australian Maritime Safety Authority, the AMSA. No word on what the medical emergency was for this crew member or what the current status is. Certainly we are hoping that they are okay and that they will recover well. I'm a big advocate of not filming rescue at sea, especially when they tell you on the cruise ship not to film rescue at sea. It's one of those weird things where the captain will come on and say, hey, we're having a rescue at sea, and we'd appreciate it if you didn't, make a scene of it, if you didn't film it and do all that stuff. So I'm happy to share this official picture, but yeah, if they tell you not to film, don't film. I was in the theater just the other night, and there was a big announcement like, don't film the show. And during the show, at least 4 or 5 people filmed the show. So I don't know, I think cruising's better when we all follow the rules. Maybe that makes me a goody two shoes, but goody two shoes I am. Just follow the rules. Follow the rules. How about that? Cruise news stories number 3 and 4, a couple Royal Caribbean stories. Look, the rumors were true. Royal Caribbean is set to spend $292 million to purchase all of the port of Costa Maya. There was a big announcement recently about the Perfect Day Mexico, and during that report there was some speculation whether they'd actually purchase the whole port of Costa Maya or just land adjacent to the port in Costa Maya. Apparently all of those things are true, as revealed in an SEC filing by the Royal Caribbean Group saying, guess what? We're buying a big old piece of property there in Mexico that's already developed as a cruise port, and we're spending $292 million on it. Yeah, I tease a lot that MSC is the cruise line that's trying to take over the world, but as I was docked there in Nassau for the last couple days looking at the construction of the new beach club for Royal Caribbean right there across from the docks in the Bahamas in Nassau, and then stories like this that they're purchasing the cruise port of Costa Maya, I think maybe Royal Caribbean is working on world domination. World domination. It's going to be interesting to see how they develop that area, whether there will be restricted access to other cruise lines. I know there's already contracts in place for cruise lines to port in Costa Maya, but when those expire, will that become a Royal Caribbean only destination? Yeah, time will tell. That will be interesting to see. Another interesting Royal Caribbean story happened on Halloween, and they're calling it the Sprinkler of the Seas. Actually, this happened on the Oasis class cruise ship, the Symphony of the Seas. Apparently, there was a sprinkler and smoke detector malfunction. Some have speculated that the dry ice they were using for their Halloween celebration set off the sprinklers, causing the big water doors to slam closed. If you've never been on an Oasis class cruise ship, right there in the main promenade area, they can shut that thing off and make it water sealed. So these big doors, I saw it happen on Wonder of the Seas. That's why I know there was a sprinkler malfunction. It was raining in the Royal Promenade, these huge, crush your head type big doors closed. And there's footage out there. Apparently that happened on the Symphony of the Seas. So yeah, it happens. These are machines, but that would be a wild Halloween experience. You go from dry ice to wet promenade, all sealed in by a big watertight door. Fortunately, nobody was injured. Maybe a few passengers got wet, but it turns out to be a pretty cool Halloween story. Now, let's move from that spooky story to what could be another spooky story. I got to tell you about a change that Carnival is making. They're introducing a new mascot. It could be a little spooky, I'll tell you that much. But before I tell you that much, let me quickly invite you to subscribe. If you like staying up to date with everything going on in cruising, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on any of these episodes. Well, here, let's start with Spooky Exhibit A. This is Freddy the Fun Ship, and this was Carnival's mascot for a bit. I never saw Freddie the Fun Ship, I don't think, on a Carnival cruise, so it must have been before my time. But a big announcement coming out from Carnival that they have a new mascot, and they're kind of peddling on some popular tropes in cruising right now. This is Ducky the Duck. Ducky the Duck is the new Carnival mascot. Right now he's on the Carnival Jubilee in Galveston, and so I guess it makes sense. Everybody is duck crazy on cruise ships right now. They've lost their ducking mind, and people love to find the ducks on the cruise ship. And now there's going to be a big old huge duck walking down the promenade. You'll be able to find a duck and then spot a duck and get a picture with a duck. No word yet as to when Ducky the Duck will make appearances on other Carnival cruise ships. But sorry, Freddie the Fun Ship. Yeah, you've been usurped. What do you think about this duck mascot?
I guess since it has chocolate, I'll let you live.
Well, as you can see, the sun is rising here on our last day on the Eurodam. It's a sea day. We'll wake up in Fort Lauderdale tomorrow. Just a quick 4-day cruise with the lovely Jenny B and family members. We've had a good time, even though we overnighted in Nassau. It was still a great time for a 4-day cruise. Can't wait to show you more of this cool cruise ship, the MS Eurodam. I guess there's only one thing left to say. Boom, that is your cruise news. Thanks again to Scentbird for sponsoring today's episode. Don't forget to hit that QR code or use the code LLL55OFF to save on Scentbird today. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Hit that like button on the way out. Tony for La Lido Loca. Until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye.